Hi, good morning. I've never had so many people wanting to speak to me as of today. I'm I'm deeply humbled by that. Uh, and with respect to your question, of course, the family is absolutely saddened. But yet, as a family, we stand so proud. We are saddened, but we stand so proud that he is one of us. He is one of us in terms of a family member, and he's one of us as fellow South Africans. That in our beloved country, we have seen the likes of Uncle Nelson, Uncle Walter, Aziz Kathrada, and these are the likes of people that our country has, for the lack of a better word, given birth to. How proud we stand. And to our fellow South Africans, it's one thing being proud of somebody at the point in terms of which we say goodbye to them. But we need to ask ourselves one simple question. That which we are proud of, how have we imbibed upon ourselves to inculcate those characters in ourselves? What are we doing as fellow South Africans to take that legacy forward? So in answering your question, I stand with absolute sadness, my family stands with absolute sadness, but simultaneously we stand so proud, like giants, to have such a well-renowned, internationally well-renowned person amidst our lives. Thank you.
And what are some of your fondest memories of him, and how will you remember him?
I've just repeated for another. One of the fondest memories of my granduncle was, at the time, as I had said, when we visited Robben Island as a family, and he was taking us for a tour of the island, and he came to a point in his talk where he said, I was in solitary confinement for I think 6 months, and my question to him was, Uncle Ahmed, surely 6 months in solitary confinement would drive any normal human being to go insane. 6 months in solitary confinement. And his immediate response, when I said, must have driven any human being insane, his immediate response, and he said, who said that I'm not? And we had a good chuckle of that. But that was Uncle Ahmed. In the midst of his sadness, he would never ever show it. In the midst of the world going around and in all turmoil, my uncle was absolutely composed. And somebody posted a very lovely tweet this morning, WhatsApp to me, and he said that he who harbors jealousy, hurt, harm, is more imprisoned than the other person against whom you hold it against. You know, these are pearls of wisdom that we carry forth and we must try to inculcate in our own lives, isn't it?
And at this point, do we have any information on a memorial service or arrangements for the funeral service?
You know, I honestly do not know at this particular point in time, but I'm sure the foundation and that will be made known to the press. I don't have the details of that at this particular point in time unless it has been sent to me by messaging, but I really don't know.
What are some of the life lessons you will take from your granduncle?
I think the greatest life lessons was that never to seek pomp and glory for yourself. Invariably of what the noise people pour on you. Never work from an operation of I. That's the life lessons I would take from my uncle. Uncle Ahmed, my uncle always operated in the background, being the force that he was, but never in the limelight. He always attributed accomplishments to everybody else, giving glory and praise to everybody else. My uncle never stood in the limelight or wanted the limelight, materially, financially, physically, or anything else, or even mentally. My uncle always took a back seat, but the country is well aware of his struggle, to the extent that at the Ravonia trial, my uncle could have been a free man, because the state never had any evidence against him. And he then absolutely committed to the cause, incriminated himself, of course. And that's where we differentiate the men from the boys.
And what's the one thing you will miss about your grandmother?
His smile. He has an absolute beautiful smile. When you looked at this man, you were, like Uncle Nelson, you were just drawn to him because he gave always prominence to the people around him, never to himself. And that's what's the great differentiator in life. If we're always just seeking the attention for ourselves, in whatever we do. But those are the lessons that we try to draw from men that walk as giants on our earth.
And in the Islam religion, typically, what would be the processes of arranging a funeral service or anything leading to that?
Well, generally Islam says that as soon as a person passes away, we try to bury as quick as possible, as reasonably quick as possible. Our burial system is very, very simple. We do not bury in a casket. The Islamic principle is that we wrap the person up in simple calico. Men have 3 calico coverings over them. Ladies have 5. The body is dropped into the grave by people that go into the grave itself. The body is put on its right hand side. Pieces of wood are placed at an angle across, so that the sand falls onto the wood. And the burial is as simple can be. And it is, the importance is that from dust we've come, and unto dust we return. And that simplicity is then carried out in our burial.